So hello and welcome back to the new video of the Maven tutorial series. So now in this video we will be seeing some hot questions which are frequently asked question in the Maven interview questions. If you are applying for any job, which job requires a Maven as a job requirement, so the interview you can expect these kind of questions being asked. Okay, so we'll answer each question one by one and try to solve then as well. Okay, so let's go and take our first question. First question is, what is Maven? Okay, so Maven is a project management tool. It is based on POM, which is project object model. We have also covered separate videos on POM. If you haven't checked that, go ahead and check, where we have discussed all the file details regarding the POM file, why POM file is important in Maven. Okay, so the next question is, what aspects are managed by Maven, sorry. Okay, so the aspects that are managed by Maven is builds, documentation, reporting, SCMs, release, and distribution. These are the various aspects which are managed by Maven. Okay, so what are the advantages of using Maven? Why we use Maven? Okay, so the very first advantage is no need to add jar file in each project. It creates the right directory structure, and it builds and deploys the project, and it also manages our dependencies and plugins so seamlessly that we need not need to worry about our dependencies as well. Okay, so that is one of the advantages of Maven as well. Okay, so what are the command to check the Maven version? Okay, so the command is mvn space minus version, or else you can also type mvn. Let me write it out: mvn minus v, or you can write mvn space minus version. Any one of this can You can write any one of this to find the Maven version you are currently using. Okay, so next question is, what does the build tool do? Okay, so it generates the source code if the auto generated code is used. Okay, and it generates the documentation from source code. Okay, and another user, it compiles our source code also, which is written in Java. Okay, so the package is compiled code into jar or zip file. This is one of the uses of the build tool, and it also installs the packaged code in the local repository, server repository, or the central repository. Okay, so now next question is, what is the difference between Ant and Maven? So Ant is a toolbox, whereas the Maven is a framework, right? And it is Ant is mainly a build tool, and Maven is mainly a project management tool. And there is no life cycle, and in Maven we have life cycle, and we have also seen what are the different phases of the life cycle also. And doesn't have formal conventions, and Maven has a convention to place source code and compiled code, etc. Ant is procedural and Maven is declarative. Why declarative? Because we declare our dependencies in the pom.xml file, right? And scripts are not reusable, whereas the Maven plugins are reusable. We can use Maven plugins as and when required. Okay, so seventh question is, define archetype. Okay, so what is archetype in Maven? Oh, it is in Maven, the archetype, it is a Maven plugin which is designed for creation of the project structure. So as we have seen in a previous video, when we are trying to create the web application, we have selected the archetype as web app. So it is nothing but the structure that is predefined by the Maven. So if you want to create a web application, you just go ahead and select the archetype as web application. There are many more archetypes are there. You can select according to your requirement. Okay, so the next question is, what is the purpose of mvn clean command? Okay, so the mvn clean command removes the target directory before starting of a build process. Okay, so imagine one scenario: if you are created if you are build one project, the target project will get created, and next time you do some modification and you are trying to create that build. In order to delete the previous target folder, you write this command mvn clean command, so that the previous build target folder will get removed, from the directory, and after that you can again build the project, and again the target folder will be get created. Okay, so next is what are the build phases in Maven. Okay, so what are the different build phases in Maven? So first is validate, compile, test, package, integration test, verify, install, and then deploy. Each one of these build phases are covered in depth in our previous video of this tutorial series. You can go ahead and watch that video as well. And next one is what is a repository in Maven. Okay, so what is a repository in Maven? This is our last question. Okay, so the repository is a directory or a place where all the jars and pom.xml files are stored. Okay, so the mainly the repositories are of three types. We have seen our in our videos as well. One is local repository, one is central repository, and one is remote repositories. Okay, so these are the three types of repositories are there in Maven. Okay, so these are the hot or frequently asked question in the Maven interviews. Okay, so if you are preparing for the Maven interviews, you go ahead and check these videos, check this our Maven tutorial series and learn the Maven. Thank you.